Good evening, everyone. We're a My Little Bookworm, an app built to help families give their children the best start through the simple act of reading together. Our mission is to make early reading easy, visible, and rewarding. We want to support families building long-term reading habits, encourage time away from screens, and make it simple for multiple carers to contribute to the same child's reading journey.
Welcome to My Little Bookworm. The first thing I'd like to point out is that our application is coming to you live from our website. We've deployed it to AWS. It's running in an EC2 instance. We begin on the landing page, which is the public site, and it contains information about the application. So it tells potential users that they can track books. The reason we chose 1,000 books was because this is actually related to early literacy research. Our application also, as I mentioned, is flexible for different family structures, and it offers rewards and milestones. 5 years is a really long time to track a big goal, especially for a child, and so we offer incremental milestones to give children encouragement to continue. We have some suggested books here on the homepage that you might like to read with your little ones. And we have a little bit of a sneak preview about what the application actually looks like once you're logged in. So with that, let's get started. Here we've got the login page, and we've got authentication being handled by Firebase, and we provide 2 mechanisms for sign-in. One is with a password and one is through Google. So here we're signing in as Evangeline. She's a mother of 3 children, Stella, Betty, and Tommy. And once she's signed in, she can see her children that she's registered previously on the dashboard. Because it's going to become relevant later, I want to point out that Evangeline shares custody of her 2 older children with her ex-partner, Patrick. So when we click into Stella, we can see a little worm. And if we click into Betty, we see the same worm, but slightly less coloured in. The colouring in of the worm provides a visual indicator of the child's progress towards 1,000 books read. On the right-hand side, we can see a big button, Add Reading Session. So this is where Evangeline can come across and log a new reading session. Before we do that though, let's take a look at Elephant Week. This is our weekly goals. So this provides a mechanism to introduce diversity in book selections. There's no penalty for not completing it, but it provides a prompt to maybe choose some different books. So we're going to complete a weekly milestone for Betty. Here we select Betty, we mark off the 5 books completed for the challenge, and then we are able to export a reward. We see a little toast notification that it was successful. And we have a PDF that Evangeline can actually print off and give to Betty to keep. Perhaps Betty might want to colour it in and stick it on the fridge. If we click into Betty's profile, we can see the goal that we've just completed appear under the weekly goals here. So that's been added dynamically. Evangeline can control which child profile she's looking at from the little selector at the top left. So we can switch into Stella's profile now. And we can see that Stella is really close to finishing the whole program. She's in fact read 999 books. Good job, Stella. It's almost like we planned it that way. So we can see on the right-hand side a list of all of the milestones along the way that Stella has earned. So I mentioned before that it's a way to have progressive sense of accomplishment, and we've divided it so that children can earn a reward for every 50 books that they've read. If we click Download Reward now, we get a certificate baselined against the last milestone that Stella has achieved, so the 950 books. We're going to go ahead and add a reading session. Here we choose the child, we search for a book title. There we go. We enter a date, and the reason we added a date picker here was to allow users to backdate if they needed to. And then we submit the reading session. We see that it's been successful, and Stella's statistics have been updated straight away. So we now see she's at 100%. And if we regenerate that reward, we've got the final certificate of 1,000 books. We can also see a complete list of all of the books that Stella has read on her journey. So that appears further down the page. Now we're going to take a look at what Patrick can see. So Patrick is Stella and Betty's dad, and Evangeline has already set up shared profiles. So Evangeline retains the ability to control the data, and she's shared that with Patrick. Here we're logging in with OAuth through Google. Here we go. Okay, so we can see that only Stella and Betty's profiles appear for Patrick. That's because Tommy's profile hasn't been shared. If we go across to Patrick's settings, we can see that Patrick can update his own account details, and he has a list of the children that he can currently see. We're going to go ahead and create a child profile. So we welcomed Sophie to the world a couple of months ago. We'll give her a date of birth, and we allow Patrick to self-describe his relationship with the child here and pick an avatar. So once we've created the profile, I can see it immediately in the list here, and we can also see it from the dashboard as well. So if we click into Sophie's profile, there's nothing to show. We're going to go and create her first reading session now. So we click Sophie, we search for another book, we enter the date, and we submit it. There we go. This brings us to the conclusion of our demonstration of My Little Bookworm.
What we're most proud of is that the foundation is built, it works, and it's ready to grow. Designed, architected, and shipped by 5 people who were writing their first lines of code less than a year ago. The problem it addresses is real, the families it could support are real, and we hope My Little Bookworm is the beginning of something that genuinely makes a difference. Thank you.